Governor Simbu.
Thank you, Mr. Assistant Speaker. I direct my series of questions to the good Minister for Education. It regards the 166 education reform in Papua New Guinea. Mr. Speaker, we know that education is one of the key factors that improves the human capital, productivity, and the standard of living. In Simbu, we say education is our future. Because my province has no gold, copper, oil or gas, education is our resources. We must be cautious on reforms in education, especially the 166 system for Papua New Guinea. Because for now, when you implement the reform, you will be having to build more infrastructure in the high schools. And you will start building more infrastructure for the early childhood. So my question is, one, when will this program be rolled out to all the provinces, phasing out the elementary system? Number two, what is the budget for this program as far as training and infrastructure is concerned? We must not do things on ad hoc basis. It must be complemented with a budget. If there is no budget for this, how will the TFF be accommodated in this reform? Thank you, Mr. Assistant Speaker.
Minister of Education.
Thank you, Assistant Speaker, and I thank the good Governor for Simbu for a very good question. Firstly, before I answer the question, I thank the Marape Rosso government for putting the weight into education and funding and continuous funding since 2000, since we took the government. And I am proud to inform our people that your government is committed in supporting education by all sectors throughout the country. And I also thank the government for supporting education through this budget, current budget for 2023, education being the major focal area for our development. On behalf of the Education Department, our teachers out there, and our parents and Board of Management, I thank the government for supporting education through paying school fees, project fees, and many more. Back to the question. The 166 program has been a government decision that was made in 2016 by the last government, and we continue that program. And we are now implementing the SBC, standard-based curriculum, and it's been replaced. The OBE has been replaced. The decision made in 2016, and the 166 should be implemented by 2018 and now, currently. All schools throughout the country are implementing this program, including Simbu. And education being everyone's business, all provincial governments, all the district governments, LLGs, all our stakeholders, including the donor agencies, our development partners. This is the call of government to make sure we implement 166 program. And what does 166 program means? Meaning all the elementary prep will now be considered as the early childhood program, and all the elementary 1 and 2 will become part of primary schools. And the grade 7 and 8 be pushed up to high schools. So you got 1 elementary prep and 6, 1 to 6, and 7 to 12, another 6, so 166. So that's the meaning of that. So the national government is struggling to phase out all these programs in terms of budgetary process. So we are now calling on all the provincial governments and districts, take education as your priority. Do not blame the minister. Do not depend on the education department. It is all our duty to make sure our child is educated. So, Governor, you are in the right position. You make decision for your province, and so you give priority to education. Now, the next question about GTFS, the school fee subsidy that we roll out. You, in your schools, there is a program called SLEEP program, School Improvement Program, that is run by our school administration, Board of Management, and the community. These are our infrastructures that you need to identify and make sure that those are packed into those infrastructure programs. You've got to prioritize your activities. Now, Board of Management and the education authorities and governors make sure this is seen to be transparent by all school administrators and Board of Management. In the media, sometimes ago, I said the school accounts must not be an ATM machine for the school Board of Management and the school administrators. And so that we use the money wisely. Your government is committed and we are funding full money to the schools. Use them wisely. Don't get money and go and play horse races and things like that. Don't use money for a school fee to go and buy your bride prices. You must use it to infrastructure development, school teaching and learning. So members of parliament, the governors, the change is right in your hand. Do not wait for education minister. Your government has already pumped the money to the provinces and districts. Use that to make the school become the learning environment. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members, questions without notice, time has lapsed.